How is it going? Am I live? I think I am. I'm gonna double check. Looks like it. Yep, I heard something. That's me. Okay, great. Just a second here. I'm getting it correct. Looking on my side. Doesn't always remember my settings from the time before. Uh, Almost got this. And then there's no way to set this before I go live that I'm aware of. Okay, here we go. How's it going, everybody? What's up to Patrick? What's up, John Rogers? Hey, Lisa. Oh man, happy Independence Day. Well, happy 4th of July to be specific, since we had Independence Day a couple of days ago. Whatever you call it is fine. I honestly started to think about it after Chris Ann was on Frank that maybe the founding, not the founding fathers, but later on in the 1800s when they changed the day, I'm starting to think what we're supposed to do is celebrate Independence Day on July 2nd and then celebrate the 4th of July on July 4th. So we're having two Independence Days with that one day in between. I'm pretty sure that's what they want us to do, which doesn't sound like a bad idea. So, what have you guys been up to? Have you gone out and done anything patriotic today, or is it just a regular Thursday for you? It's the fly in this room. I'm trying to kill it. Oh, there he is. Come back so I can murder you on camera. Anyway, yeah, today was a little bit different for a Thursday. I was expecting since it's the one day when if Gray uploads, it's like a compilation video, or sometimes he just doesn't upload at all. And sorry, what it was, he uploaded a compilation video, and it was Happy Wheels, and that's one of my favorite things that he plays. And it was long. They're right about 2 hours. This is like 2 hours and 15 minutes, and it just plays some Happy Wheels episodes that he's done back to back. So I've been watching that just dropped at 4, so I've been watching that while I've been getting stuff set up here. John Rogers worked on your car today. That's not bad. I gotta get out there and my car needs to be looked at a little bit too. Not out where I live though, since apparently July 1st I happened to I heard a noise outside, just a noise that should not have been. So I got up to see just what it could have been, because we have troublemakers out here. And there's a big black dog out there. And now no other human around, just a big black dog all by himself, no leash, no collar, no nothing. And I don't know if that's just a stray dog that wandered in from around the area. I do know that people live out here that do have dogs, do not keep them on leashes. So I cannot go out any door of my home without that thing on me, because I will bust a cap in something that tries to attack me. So if I do want to work on my car, I'll have to drive it somewhere and just go to a parking lot and tweak it there, because I can't do it out here. And what's up, Dandy? How's it going? Happy 4th. Oh, sweet. John Rogers is saying he's getting his convertible top working again. That is cool. And then Lisa did the parade thing in town with the fam. Cold though. It's still full blown, pun intended, windy. Ooh, 35 miles an hour with higher gusts. Ooh, that's too much wind. That would blow me literally away. Not in the fun way either. Ugh. I mean, parades are fun too. That's a good 4th of July thing. Oh, Patrick said, yeah, I know you guys have elections today too. For I don't know why that worked out that the UK has elections the same day as the 4th of July in the States, but Patrick's saying it's a bit of a miserable day here, election day. Think we're about to vote in someone worse. Then even Brandon, oof, that sucks. Now, does the UK usually have elections in July, or did it just happen to work out that they're on the same day? The way how, say, Thanksgiving, it's never on the same day, or Easter is never on the same day. Is the elections on a different day in the UK? Oh, Lisa, no pride floats. That was a plus. Yeah, it's enough of that. Don't they do all that stuff in June? And they need a whole month for it. Yeah, 4th of July, I sort of I mean, I didn't go out anywhere. I assume everything's closed, and then there is the main strip in town, and if I go out before a holiday, I'll wonder why there's always cars and people along the side of the roads. Like I think they do it for the one in September, Labor Day. It's like, why are there people in the middle of the? Oh, they're gonna have a whole fucking parade down this road. Let me just get to the store and get back, because I don't want to be get. I just don't want to deal with the traffic. We've got enough traffic. We're a tourist town. We don't need more on top of it. I don't have the patience for it. Sunak wanted to troll us. Okay, that's the thing. I don't know anybody. Any of these political named folks. Not even in the U.S. So it's not. Don't be offended if I don't know any of your country's politics. I don't know my own country's politics except it's yeah. It's not a fandom that I follow, but a lot of the people that I'm friends with do. It's good weather for the 4th of July. It's more humid, but it's not quite as hot as it had been. It's like threatening thunderstorms. So I don't know if there's going to be fireworks set off this evening. I don't know if they're going to be going off between 7 and 9 p.m., but if they are, we're going to hear them because the window's open. And just checking the light. It just must be dark enough that you can't see the light through there. Dandy, I've been trapped waiting for small town parades before. LOL. Yeah. That reminds me back in May when I would go to the Walleye Festival for Memorial Day. I want to say on what one of the days they would have a parade, probably Monday. So I made sure to not go on Monday so I could just go to the fair and do the food thing and walking around and get in and out of town. Parades are fine when you're a kid. That's what we did do. As odd as it is to talk about real life stuff that happened to me, but when I don't know if we did this every summer, but it would have been for 4th of July, and then uh it was like my cousin's grandparents' house we went to, and then right in their front yard, it was a nice neighborhood, and that was where the parade was. So we would just sit in the front yard, and all the it wasn't crowded and crazy. It was more like just families, and they invited some friends over, and of course a lot of kids, and just all on the front lawn. So it wasn't insanity. And then they're throwing out candy, and we're freaking out because we're children, and free candy, and it's not Halloween. And I couldn't even tell you exactly where that was. I could guess what town it was in, but it was almost the same place. Old folks don't move, and I couldn't tell you how many years in a row we went, but I remember very vividly. It's like we're on the side of the road, and then the parade's going down that way. House behind us. Um, Nice weather. It was July. And that's all I can remember about it. If we had like a cookout or something like that, I don't know if we did it there or if we went to another house. I don't remember anything about it except just going to the parades sort of regularly. And again, we're kids, so that's something that I mean, yeah, as an adult, somebody's chucking out free candy. Hell yeah, I'll take it. But Just like sitting in one spot in the sun in the middle of the day is not the best way for me to spend my time now. But again, if you're like with other folks, then it would be fun. Lisa's saying, going to bake a fresh red salmon for supper tonight. Did a short window incoming tide last night and got a good batch. Hubby is sealing the fillets now. Hell yeah, that is great. And I apologize if you do see this fly. This is the Collinsport fly. If Arden watches us, she'll get that joke. Uh, Patrick, what is Sunak? Is that a person or a thing? John Rogers is saying, I think they scheduled the Wildlife Festival with the weather forecast looking for the storm. Yeah, so I just didn't have enough time to do anything this year. And then I know I've been thinking about it. I'm probably never going to go again, but the Melon Festival, they have something called the Melon Festival that's for Labor Day in Milan, Ohio. Uh, that's I like that because it's so small. It's like literally one square, one block in the center of their teeny tiny little town. And when I went there, of course you can get they've got the ice cream. It's it's two kinds. It's honeydew and cantaloupe ice cream. They're both good. And of course you can buy some to take home. Oh, Sunak is a prime minister. Okay. I know what a prime minister is. Yeah. And it's sort of like it's like the wildlife festival but more condensed. You're gonna find like the same stuff with but better. Don't have to walk as far if you don't want to walk around as far. But one thing they do have that's it's just takes the cake is they have, or at least they had, Jim's Pizza Box makes tacos, and those are banging. They do their tacos just the way, like if I was gonna make tacos at home, that's how I do them here. And then they also have, I believe it's a place called Berardi's, and they have their like French fries, and that's the one. Well, up two places I go, that's the place I'll get. You get the fries. I'll put like the malt vinegar, ketchup, salt on it, and just tear them up. Oh, everything is good there. All the food there is good. The watermelon ice cream, I want that. And of course, there's always like the huge line for the ice cream, and they've got, you can actually get where they'll take a cantaloupe and cut it in half, and then like they put the scoops of ice cream inside. You can walk, like that's your bowl. You can walk around with it with. But they've got all that stuff there, and then as far as I know, the parking is free because you just find a street to park on. And like like don't be a dick. Don't park in somebody's driveway. Don't block it because there's homes around there. It's a small area, but you can just find a street to park on. Just walk on over. You spend more time walking to and from your car than you do like where the actual festival is. It's very chill. It's sort of like not exactly right on Route 250, wherever where Milan, Ohio is. But it's smaller, and then this has nothing to do with the festival, but I went through there one time. They have a drive through, and they happen to have, it was like the Good Humor, the ice cream on a stick, and it was like blueberry cheesecake. I'll never forget that. Totally different. Lisa Gray's saying, saw a hilarious photo of Sunak awkwardly sitting in the background waiting for a tattooed OnlyFans chick interview to finish on a TV show as he was the next guest. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, I should have figured with a foreign sounding name that would have been the Prime Minister of England. I saw, I forget when this was. I saw what their mayor looks like. I was like, I don't need to go into London. They got to clean things up. That is too dark. Yeah, as far as Fourth of July goes, I don't know what you guys is what your earliest Fourth of July type of memories are, but for myself, it would have to be, of course, going to see fireworks. This is not the type of place where they're going to set off fireworks for New Year's Day, January 1st, because it's too cold. So if you do see fireworks, it's for the 4th of July. And just like cookouts and parades. I think that's the only time we went to see parades as little ones that I can recall. At that time of year too. If there was other vacations that we went on, and there happened to be a parade, I can't really recall that. And I've only ever been to parades out of town. I've never been in my town and gone to a parade. It's always been another town, go to parade there every single time. Just like how if I'm ever driving, if I ever take a trip and I drive home, driving home, it always rains, no matter what. It doesn't matter what time of year, it doesn't matter the time of day, nothing. It's always driving home in rain. Not the whole way, but it will rain. And driving home, that's, like landing or leaving New York, and then it's a 9-hour drive. So it's going to rain at some point. Patrick, he and his wife are extremely wealthy, so probably will be hanging out with Obama and his ilk. Yeah, birds of a feather. Yeah, all in the same group. Now, do you guys in your town, is there like a huge 4th of July thing going on? Are they doing parades, or is the town having a to do? Or is it like, do some towns just do nothing? Do they not set off fireworks? Do they not decorate? Here's this goddamn fly. You cannot be on the show. You will not be in the credits. Go back to Collinsport. Anyway. Oh, cool. Dandy's saying a few times they did fireworks at the VFW 2 blocks from the house. That was great. Oh, that is so cool. Yeah, I love when it's fireworks and not gunshots, since I can't tell the difference, and then the time of day, maybe it's both. Hopefully if people are firing straight up and not at people. If you're gonna be crazy with your firearms, don't aim them at folks. If you would be so kind. And then I was just thinking about 4th of July stuff, what actually does happen that day that I can remember, since the memory comes and goes. Uh, but before I get into that, though, let me ask you about this. When people wear American flags as clothing, like whether it's a shirt, whether it's pants, whether it's a coat, like basically like the flag touching your bandana, kind of that can slide, but like an American flag anywhere else on the body, like underwear or swimwear, do you guys think that is like okay, or do you find it offensive? Yeah, wear the flag, you're a patriot, or why are you grinding the nation's flag on your body parts? That's disrespectful. Or or clothes are clothes. Ooh, John Rogers. My neighbor sets off fireworks that sound like a gun. Ouch. You can just walk up there and fire off a few rounds like it's fireworks. Calm down, Buster. Ugh. That I just saw a video on a Tumblr, and like no tags, no nothing, no description. You just tap on it, and it just looks like a regular Walmart. The way they set up the fireworks kind of towards the front. Um, but it starts out with a lot of noise, and you see what they're filming, and it's just like just fire, just flames, firework stand just going up, people just kind of walking by. There's the Gatorade, no nobody's running really. They just happen to notice it. So I'm like, does that mean the fireworks are on sale? Can you still buy them if they're not burning? Well, if the barcode's still there, you can scan it. Do they allow you to shop when the store is still on fire? Lisa, well, we blast our cats here, but no one nearby to complain. Yeah. Lisa, I saw something. I don't know if this is real. It said it was Alaska. It said it was the 4th of July. And what they were doing, they were just driving these cars off of a cliff. I mean, people were in them. They weren't dying. It wasn't like that. But they were just like, it was just like maybe about five separate cars. They go flying off the cliff. They crash. There's all these people, down there at the bottom. They're filming it. They're cheering. They're in their America stuff. Is that real? That's cool as hell. Dandy says, I'm fine with it. It's a print, not an actual flag. And I do have flag undies. That's cute. What's up, Jenna? Happy 4th. Happy 4th of July. Yeah, I was not even thinking about like patriotic type food either. Like I don't have a grill. I wouldn't even no, like I don't have any like cake with American flags. I unfortunately don't have anything patriotic. Like I released a video called Election 2024. That's the most you're gonna get out of me. Collinsport Fly. Lisa, yeah, that's a tradition in the valley, about 350 miles inland from me. Yeah, oh, great. I'm glad. I'm so glad it's real. I would go to that. Hell yeah. That is so fucking cool. And, it's safe. People are standing far enough away where, parts fly off. They're not going to get hurt. It's not like that, was it Crash, Texas, where they literally crashed two trains together and parts went flying. And I think people got hurt. This was 100 some years ago. Oh, John Rogers is saying it is in Alaska. I watched it on Roadkill Garage. Jenna, how ironic that we pay taxes for fireworks on the 4th. Oh, that's unpatriotic. How dare they? If anything, Americans should get you just have this package arrive on your doorstep, a few days before the 4th. That's posted from the UK, and they can send us to. Does the UK even have fireworks? Are they allowed to have like sparklers or anything? Do they do like the little snap and pop things? I'm not sure about the fireworks situation in other countries. One time one of my cats, he was a kitten. I believe it was Captain Hector Barbosa. He was a Virgo, so by the time July came around, he had never seen fireworks before, and I didn't want him to be scared. But I thought, how do I explain the 4th of July to a cat? I mean, to anybody who's never, they've never experienced fireworks on the 4th of July, but they understand English. So it's like, how do I explain this to him? And he's a Virgo. He was smart. And I told him something like, people wanted to set off fireworks, but the English didn't want them to. So we made our own country. And he seemed okay with that. And then, yeah, if you didn't watch, quite frankly, on July 1st, Chris Ann Hall was on, and I didn't jinx it by mentioning it on my Saturday show, so I'm very happy about that. Because Chris Ann Hall is one of my favorites. This chick has been coming on to, quite frankly, for I'll have to find out. It's been a few years now. She's been coming on there on and off, and I don't know how she found the show. I don't know how if Frank found her or if she found Frank, how that worked out. But she's been coming around for a minute, and I love when she's on. She knows everything about the Constitution, the United States. She's got all that stuff memorized, and she's a very smart lady. But that's one of the things, she just knows this stuff. Like I would not stuff I would have to Google. She just knows it. Um, there was even a channel on YouTube talking about this guy talking about patriotic American history stuff. That I'm sure I can mention that to Chris Ann Hall. Like, hey, he was talking about this person, and she would know exactly who they are. But she knows all of that stuff. And then I do follow her on Instagram. Um, she mentioned she is on other social media 'cause she just does not have time to write out long articles like she would like. But one place she did mention was Twitter, so I got onto Twitter. It's what been on Twitter. I started following her there, and I think it's funny because in the last 2 days I've been posting like retweeting Chris Ann. And in those 2 days, I lost 2 followers. Like I gained 2 followers and I lost 2 followers just that quick. So I hope it was because of that. I hope they just couldn't handle all the freedom and it scared them off. Yeah. Oh, Jenna's saying that the oh Lisa Gray. Yeah, that is he understood. Yeah, perfect. Jenna's saying that the locals are setting off fireworks now. Yeah, that's right, Jenna. She does teach the Constitution. She does like she's based in Florida, but then she tours around. So she'll spend many months out of the year just going around the country and teaching at these seminars, these classes. I don't know the price. I don't know how long they are or anything like that. I'd have to record something like that. Like right now she's in London, but that's what she does. That's sort of her now job because this did come up in the quite frankly chat room because Chris Ann mentioned other jobs she's had. She's done it all. She's like Barbie with all the jobs. And I don't mean that as a joke at all. Like she's been she's smart. She's been a friggin' scientist. She does this thing stuff that she does now. She can I'm not gonna say she's an attorney. I can't tell you everything she's done. But she's done it all. And Jenna, yeah, and her husband JC is a lawyer. That is JC. That JC. Oh, Patrick, Bonfire Night is on the 5th of November, of course. People burn the effigy of Guy Fawkes and set off fireworks. Yeah, Guy Fawkes tried to blow up Parliament in 1605. Yeah. Remember the 5th of November. Watch V for Vendetta. Okay, that would be fun to have fireworks in November. Lisa, I want to be Barbie. That bitch has everything. Yeah. I would have gone to done the Barbenheimer thing, but it would not have been fun to go by myself, so I missed that. But I would have. Mostly more to see Oppenheimer, since that's one of those movies that has everybody in it. And something like that, you really are not going to do yourself any justice by watching it on your phone. Um, yeah, that kind of thing. And then I don't know how the Barbie movie, as far as that went, I did see a lot of like Ken memes for a while when that was going on. That was fun. And on Tumblr, then that kind of died out, which is okay. I would check them both out though. I really would, even if they're bad. It can't be too bad. Since again, Oppenheimer is one of those movies that has literally everybody in it, so I'd be like, okay, it's that guy. He's from that. Okay, it's her. She's from that. Okay, him. I know him from this, and that. Okay, oh, it's him. Wow, he got older. Okay, I know him from. So like, it was. That's what I do with. If it's a movie that has a lot of stars in it, I just sit there like, okay, yeah, I know him. I didn't like him. Just pick through it like that. But yeah, definitely check out Chris Ann on social media. She's got and she is also on a Twitch, Twitch and Rumble. She's on both of those there. So go ahead and follow her everywhere. And like her, it's if you don't know, I'll type her name because just because like the way I will like type names and words like I will like put 2 words together and then capitalize the second one. That's not me just being fancy. She spells her name like that, but with the name together. Chris Ann is 1 word and then Paul. Chris with a K. But yeah, if you look for her, like she'll go like Chris Ann Liberty. She'll use words like that. You know what she looks like. You've seen her around. And I don't want to talk too much about her right now just because I kind of want to but I do figure out when she joined. I do want to speak on some of the like regular guests that we do have in the like whatever year they did join in those live streams. So like Chris Hall, Black Conservative Patriot, Jim Lee, Climate Viewer, the Zells, folks like that who I do like and do am able to remember all these years. I do want to mention those folks to give them a shout out since they've been entertaining us for so many years. Even if you don't watch their other, like even if you're not subscribed to their content, even if you only just see them on Quite Frankly, that's okay. It's okay if you watch their stuff outside of Quite Frankly too. And then as far as Independence Day goes, um every 4th of July is kind of the same with, like you're going to cookout, you're going to the parades. At least it was with my family, kind of just got into a rut and did the same things. But then you get a little bit older and you start hanging out with your friends more. And that's when I'm pretty sure this is when this happened, was back in 1997. That's when me and my friends went to the theater to go see Twister. And I know you've all seen Twister. You've seen the Jonas Son of a Bitch video. If you haven't, you can go to my page right now. If you go all the way to the bottom of my homepage, there's room for one more. Hogwash has that Jonas Son of a Bitch video, and that came out in 2015. But yeah, 97. Jenna, I go to bed early. Yeah, same. Yeah, sometimes I'm out by 9:30. Sometimes it depends. Oh, Patrick is saying the man who wrote V for Vendetta, Alan Moore, is from my town. Met him several times. Really nice guy. Likes to visit the balcony. If you get my gist. Hells yes, that is so damn cool. Then now I want to watch V for Vendetta again. Oh, and I think I did see that in the theater. That is something I would have seen in the theater. Yeah. It's like, oh, there's Elrond, but you can't see his face because he's got the mask on the whole time. And, uh, yeah, very good movie. That's very dark. Uh, well, it's not going to be I don't, what is it even rated? Is that rated R or PG-13? I don't go. It gets kind of. I haven't seen it in years. It's got some dark, twisted stuff in it, but everything sort of kind of works out in the end. And there's fireworks, and explosion, and a guy. But yeah, man, summer blockbusters. I don't know if you guys remember any like huge summertime movies from any year, but especially going back before the internet was a thing. If a movie's coming out, you're getting commercials for it everywhere. You see in previews for it when you see other movies. So we had to see Twister. Even though I hate the Dodge Ram, that is such an ugly fucking vehicle. I don't care how it performs. If it's a good truck, that's fine. That's fine. It is hideous to view, and there was that ugly ass truck in that whole movie. But whatever, it's it's still a fun movie, even if you've never been in a tornado. I don't know why you would not want to watch that movie. It's got Bill Paxton. R.I.P. I want to kill you so bad, Mr. Fly. You have no idea. Uh, Jenna, I only know of two people from my childhood neighborhood who became famous. Never met them though. Wow, two people. That's something else though. I'll be damned. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. See, that's the thing. Whenever people talk about, they bring up what state they're from. It's right away people ask, "Have you been here? Have you been there? Have you gone to see this? Have you gone to?" It's who is the person who moves into a state and then visits every single town in it and goes to every single sightseeing attraction in it. I just no, and I don't care. I don't care what's around here. What I care about, what is around me, are people more than things. If I want to go see things, it's with other people. I when I was younger, like yeah, I wanted to see stuff, but now as I've gotten older, and I do know Frankly's, I would much rather go to like yes, I would travel a great distance to see somebody, not to just to go see a place or a building or a thing. And I'm not saying nature isn't beautiful. Go out and see nature, go out, touch grass, do that. But just me, if I'm going to go through all the effort, if I go to just see something and leave, like that's just like going to the store. So I can take a picture and go home. I'd rather like see somebody and then meet somebody and then talk. And then like maybe we can talk about when we met later on and just keep it going. You can't go out to see a mountain and then 3 hours later you get a text from that mountain like, hey, I saw you out there, like, oh my god, you're huge. He's like, I know, like that's not gonna happen. My beach truck is a Ram 150B. Okay, well, if it's a good truck, it's a good truck, and it's just not aesthetically pleasing. Come on, Dodge. Patrick, yes, saying he refused to have anything to do with the film because they wanted to change too many things and not represent his vision of what he wrote. Yeah, yeah, totally. I'd be pissed off too. Yeah, Jenna, we drove up to Niagara Falls, and I would have been fine just driving by and leaving. Look at all that water. Huh. Okay, let's go home. I've seen Niagara Falls in like TV shows, and movies. And didn't a guy go over the falls on a barrel one time? And didn't it freeze one time? I just yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would watch it from the. Isn't it like I know you can see it from the Canada side, but can't you see it from the United States side as well? Like in I don't even know. It seems like a place where too many people go when they are like just married, and that just cheapens it. Like, don't be the person who don't get married or engaged on like Valentine's Day, unless like that to me says like you give zero fucks about remembering the other person's birthday, and you give zero fucks about remembering another date to keep in mind. Like, that's just that's just so cheap. And you're not like cool and spooky and weird and unusual if you get married on Halloween. You're just as lame as the people who get married on Valentine's Day or Christmas. Like, why would you want to get married anywhere near Christmas? Like, Jen, I did spend lots of money doing the tourist stuff, though. Yeah, you kind of have to. You're a tourist. You kind of have to do the touristy stuff. That's their bread and butter. And then that's the thing. If you just see a bunch of couples like taking photos, that like it's too much of a. I'm just too much of a troublemaker. I would want to like not even photobomb. I don't want to be in their picture, but like just do something to spoil the picture so they've got to retake it, because then they've got to sit there and think like you're spending more time taking a photograph to validate your relationship rather than spending time with your significant other. And that's something that you need to be thinking about since you guys just got married. Lisa, my crazy friends got hitched on February 29th. Wow. They only have a wedding anniversary once every 4 years. I would not get married on that day. Nothing against Pisces people at all, but I just off the top of my head, I know of two serial killers born on that day. I bought a jug of orange juice, and the expiration date was February 29th. I'm like, oh, I got the serial killer OJ. Ha ha. Not even thinking of the joke. And now that makes me wonder if we have a Frankly whose birthday is February 29th. So yeah, definitely go check out Twister. Oh, I probably should have mentioned this first since this came out the year before, but of course everybody went to go see Independence Day from 1996 when it came out. I was there on the 4th of July. I don't know where you were. And I saw that a few times. That was such a good movie. And like, yeah, you can watch it now and see like the cheesy lines and the it was the 90s. It was like that. You can it still holds up, but it is very much of its time. So keep that in mind. And then I have not seen the Independence Day resurgence. Can't speak on that. I would though because it has Bill Pullman. And speaking of Bill Pullman, if you didn't know, he has been the president of the United States twice. He was president in Independence Day and then in a TV show called 1600 Penn, 1600 PENN. This would have been out in, without looking it up, this would have been out in 2013, 2014. It was only on for one season. And they didn't even show all the episodes. They skipped some episodes. I was very pissed off about that. But anyway, Bill Pullman was the president on that. This was also before Josh Gad was in Frozen. He was on that show as well. Jenna Elfman as well. Very good show. One season. Lisa Gray married 4 years with a 20-year-old child. LOL. That is so awkward. No, it's really awkward if like, you mean you forgot our anniversary again? It's only once every 4 years, Charlie. What the fuck? Oh man. Now, how would you do that though if you were going to actually celebrate it every year? Would you back it up a day and celebrate it on the 28th? Or would you celebrate it on March 1st? Personally, February 26th is a holiday for me, so celebrating on February 28th would be kind of weird, so I would personally go for March 1st. Having said that, I don't know if I brought this up before, but if I ever did, not if I ever did, when I do get married, it's going to be in April just because I don't have any holidays in April. Jenna, hubby is a cheap ass. You're getting one anniversary present every 4 years, honey. When's it next February 29th? I guess so, Jenna, because he wanted to only remember it every 4 years. I can see a guy doing that. I wonder how that conversation comes up. Well, instead of that, how about we have it on then synchronizing like did they just happen to get lucky and that was a leap year that year? That is too funny. Yeah, this predates any chat room stuff. This is family stuff too. But I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I had a cousin. Her birthday was the day after mine, and she I think she was maybe about 8 years older than me. She ended up being a teacher, and then she ended up getting married in April of whatever year that happened to be. I was like, oh, that was my idea. And then unfortunately, pretty soon after she got married, she got sick, and then she ended up passing away. Very sad. Um, yeah, but it's like, oh man, that was I didn't bring it up to anybody, but that was like, yeah, I was gonna get married in April. That was my idea. Just reading the chat room here. That is so. I'm thinking of doing an intermission. I didn't set an alarm, but I know I've got about 15 minutes until 8 o'clock, so I want to try to think to do that. I do have something in mind. Jenna, first marriage, April 12th. Okay. Sun's in Aries. It's well, I would have to. I don't know. I mean, every 100 days is a holiday, so it can happen that there's a 100-day holiday in April. But like, yes, I do have holidays for every sign, but the Aries stuff is in March. Oh, so close. So close. I will get you. No quarter. It's not a good fly swatter. That's okay. You want to be famous, don't you? You just want to be famous. I don't know, maybe any movie you go back and watch it, you see all the flaws. And actually just today, hold on, am I getting ahead of myself? I really don't, I hate how much I jump around. Can I talk about this yet? Did Independence Day? Okay, yeah, I can do this now. Okay, yeah. So back in 1999, I did go to see The Mummy on July 4th. So I was watching it just today, and even as many times as I've watched it over the years, I'm still noticing new stuff. When it gets to when they go to pick up Winston before they get in the plane, and like it's O'Connell and them like they're walking up the sand dune to him, and then it cuts to a close shot of Bernard Hill sitting there with that gold record player. If you look at the gold record player, you can see the reflection of the camera crew. I've never noticed that before in 25 years. Just noticed that today. Jen, I bought a leather swatter. Because what works really well is like a newspaper or a magazine, but I haven't had one of those in years. And then I figured out you can spray them with chemicals if they hold still. So I've got some generic I think it's just some generic Windex. Plus, if whatever I spray, then I can just clean. So I guess I'm like low key cleaning too. But Jen, it has a wooden handle. Yeah, nice. Jen Ryder says he has the set, like the set of mummy movies. Uh, I guess I can. I don't know if I brought this up. Did I bring this up before? How they're talking about doing another mummy? They're gonna bring back Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. I think I mentioned this before. I won't talk on it too much though. If they're just pulling it together, I don't. I'm never gonna get a chance to see it. I really don't care. It's just that they can do what they want. Them two in it, it'll be fine. But I don't think I'll get a chance to see it. John Rogers, yes, awesome, yeah. Because I've seen the first one. I saw The Mummy Returns at theaters a couple times, and then I did not see the third one. That was it, like it had been on TV. And I don't like to watch. If I watch a movie, I watch it start to finish. I'm not gonna jump in halfway through and then watch to the end. I'm not gonna like miss the first half hour, then watch the rest of the way through. I'll skip the whole thing. So what happened was it was on TV and it had already started, and there's like some kid, not kid, but like a guy, like 19 years old. So like kid doing adventure shit. I'm like, okay, so this fucking movie is about their child as an adult. And I was already just not feeling it. And then it got to Rick and Evelyn, and it was not Rachel Weisz. And I said, no, you don't have my wife in this. No, I'm out. So I haven't seen the whole thing. I do need to watch the whole thing. I would, even if it's not good, I'll watch it. I'll watch. That's Brendan Fraser. Come on. Oh, Dandy. Cat is freaking out. Lots of loud booms outside tonight. Oh, that sucks. I had a cat who, the second there was any fireworks, he would just go, a couple cats, bam, just flying underneath the bed. Doesn't matter what bed, just something. Like this cat would just stay hidden until like 2 in the morning. Just was not dealing with the noise. And then I've been around cats who, I mean, you could play electric guitar around them and they're totally cool with it. So it's just, I guess it just depends how sensitive their ears are or if they've been around loud noises and it freaks them out. That sucks. Go to look under the bed and you see some eyes staring back at you like, oh, I forgot it's fireworks. Oh my God. Don't scare me like that. Oh my God. Oh, that's what Chris Ann Hall said. She's got her thing. One of her deals is peaceful non-compliance. I like that because that's pretty much That's what I do. That's what I did when I didn't want to do something as a child. I just did not do it. Like, I'm not going to pitch a fit at you. It's just not going to happen. And if Chris Ann says that's all it takes to get the country back on its feet, shoot, I was born with that. This is a cakewalk. Easy peasy. Yeah, so they can go ahead and do a Mummy remake. You know what? If they get Rachel Weisz in it, it's going to be better than the third one. Even though I haven't seen the third one, it's got to be better just because she's in it. And I know Jerry Goldsmith. Sorry, that's making noise. Only scored the first one, so I don't even know who did the third one. I really don't care to look right now. Um, without seeing, a movie that's already out, without seeing a movie that hasn't been made, I can tell you right now that the fourth one is going to be better than the third one. Going on record with that now. And then as far as actually on the 4th of July, movies anyway, the following year, 2000, I don't know if I kind of, well, I would not have seen this movie just once, but I brought it up before, The Perfect Storm. That for a fact I did go see that on the 4th of July, which is insane because it was more crowded than it needed to be. But people were more behaved back then. That's a great movie. Don't care how you feel about the cast, watch it anyway. If you don't like the cast, listen to the score. Um, and no matter what he does, Mark Wahlberg will always be Marky Mark to me. I don't care if he cures cancer. It just but you see, you have Mark Wahlberg's name up anywhere. It's like, oh, there's Marky Mark. And I was not even like a Marky Mark fan back in the day. That's just his name. Like, I don't want to insult the guy. I'm sure he's moved on to better things, but you can't. Filthy Frank cannot rename himself. I know he goes by a different name now and he releases songs, but he's always going to be Filthy Frank. Oh, Dandy, yeah, the new mummy is trans. LOL, the mommy. Yeah, it's the mummy comes back and he's on a mission to find his penis. And sometimes when they mummified people, they sometimes they would wrap the phallus next to one of the legs. Sometimes they wrapped it up separate. It would break off. So what this mummy comes back and he looks for his dick that broke off just to have it reattached, just to have it cut off, just to become a woman. I can see that happening. And yeah, whenever I don't know who decided this, I don't know how far back you have to go, but somewhere along the line, when you go back far enough, a penis becomes a phallus. And I didn't know that when I was reading about mummies and stuff as a teenager. So it's like, then you have to look that word up and be embarrassed. Like, oh, why can't you just say penis? Why can't you just do? It's a medical term. Why? I don't know why they can't use that word. Some prudish Victorian historian researcher guy was like, oh, I cannot use that word. Oh, what if I can't write the word penis on a Sunday? Then God will send me to hell, or I don't know what they were just so uptight about stuff, so they changed the name. I'm sure there's a reason for it, but that is it's the same thing. It's the same thing. And then who's gonna score it? And then if you make a mummy movie, it's gonna have to come out in the summer. So if they're filming it now, I don't even know if they've started filming it now. They've just cast it, so it's not gonna be out next summer, meaning 2025. So that means the earliest it could come out is like spring 2026, since the mummy, the first one came out on May 7, 1999. So, I mean, you can drop a summer movie in the spring. So, getting ahead of myself, let's just say this fourth Mummy movie will be coming out, spring, summer 2026. An Oxygen Moon has it. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't like what they did with the Imhotep and Moon for The Mummy Returns. You can't start out the first movie like, oh, they got together because of this great love story. And then spoilers for The Mummy Returns, too late. and then have her just running away from him at the end of the no, no, you can't do that. That's just no. I was so upset walking out of that movie both times. Damn straight she was. Patricia Velasquez. Yeah, Aquarius, last my memory serves. See, I'm gonna feel so bad if I'm wrong about that. I'm never gonna forgive myself. I know that. I know what this is. I know what this is. Yep, January 31st. Oh, she's still cute. But yeah. To be fair though, I mean like no homo either way, but since we got to see them both from the back, I think Arnold Vosloo has a better ass. And then at the end of the movie, at the end of the Mummy, when when they're getting the book, it's John Hannah's holding the book, and then Rachel Weisz is actually reading it, and then John Hannah's head, he's looking at the action. It's it's at the end of the movie. You can see it. The new birthing person. Yeah, they have to find some way to insult women at every turn. Yeah. Or what they could do for the fourth one is they find a girl mummy, since he was a girl for that, it doesn't have any, like the mummy, the one with Tom Cruise, which it's not that bad. He's like the worst part of it. The rest of the movie is not bad. It's worth checking out. It's worth checking out. Nothing to do with the Mummy Brendan Fraser one, but it's worth checking out. Don't get your hopes up. But like that, they had a girl mummy in that. She was good. But yeah, that's what they can do. They can take they find a girl, and they're like, no, no, you're a guy, but then she gets a dick added on. Um, or you know what? Even better, since this is ancient Egypt, one of them just goes, and they're like, "No, I'm gonna go and take this crocodile, and I want the crocodile head, or I want a falcon head, but blow it up to human size." Yeah, John Rogers never saw what? The Tom Cruise one. Um, Back when before that the Tom Cruise Mummy came out and they released that trailer that had no the only audio it had was like him screaming. I know that still exists online. Watch that, it's hilarious. But the actual movie's okay. Say Tom Cruise is not great in it. Then it's got the side character, and that wastes a lot of time that has nothing to do with the story at all. I don't mind telling you. You're not gonna. I'm not spoiling anything by telling you, but I'm doing you a favor. And then it's got Russell Crowe in it. He's good in it. Oh yeah, they were trying to like kick off a dark universe with that movie. I remember that now. Yeah, not gonna fly. That's yeah, that's if they wanted to make that Mummy start out with a franchise, they would have not used Tom Cruise, since anything they seem to put him in, it's just them beating him off, and he's not worth it. The only thing I've ever liked Tom Cruise in is Interview with the Vampire. I've not seen Top Gun. I have not seen Eyes Wide Shut. Uh, Name a Tom Cruise movie. I haven't seen it. Did I kill it? I killed it! Woo! Yes! Ha ha! Fuck with me. That's a great way to kick off an intermission. Okay. So it's tell you what, it's right now, it's 8 o'clock, so let's do I'm actually gonna step away and wash my hands, and then I'll come right back. So uh I'm just wondering if I should shut the light off. No, because then it'll look like everything crashed. I'll leave everything on. You guys, I'll be right back. Actually, I gotta fix this. I'll fix it when I come back. What's up, Kara? I came right back. So now I gotta. Oh, here's Okay, so what I was thinking for intermission, I have to be careful with this one. What do I get? Is that okay? That's perfect. Okay. Let's talk in the chat room for a minute. This is exactly what it's like to be at Quite Frankly. Do this till about 5 after. What I would like to do sometime, I don't know how it would go. It'd have to be cooler. But I would like to just have everything set up the way I do when I watch Quite Frankly. But then that would be me lying on my stomach on the bed, which is fine. But then it gets into the breathing and talking for 2 hours. I don't know if that would work. Yeah, I'll read in the chat room. Yeah, I would harm a fly, Dan. Yeah, I'll kill anything, yeah. Uh, that sucks, Kara. Jenna's back. Kara says I'm tired and now I have a long night with dog anxiety. Ugh. I wish you could just get them like earplugs or like noise canceling dog and cat headphones so it doesn't bother them. Ah, Jenna, new shed. Woo! Are you gonna name it? Uh, Sheddy McShedface. That is so weird to see. It's less weird to see my name tagged with the last name, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't creep me out. Cats get upset, yeah. She shed. The she shed. Cats get upset. They get like some cats don't like oh Pat, yeah, thank you. I can't wait to watch it back. I'm sure that looks hilarious. Oh, Jenna, curtains. Awesome. I tried to hang up curtains. They've got some kind of metal around the frame and the windows that you can't even drill through, so it's just chunky ass place. Oh, Patrick, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, son of a bitch. It's don't know what it's gonna do for the continuity, but yeah. No co-hosts, unless there's a lava lamp, something like that. I'm gonna just fill the shed with crap, lol. Yeah, see, I don't know what to put. See, I mean, like, I would put tools in the shed, like stuff I don't want to, like, stuff that stays dirty, keep it outside type of like actual real tools and stuff. I'm not sure exactly what I would store in a shed. I'm kind of I try to be like up here since I've gotten stuff straightened up with the TVs and then fingers crossed the glasses situation may be complete. Uh I've been going through it just like getting rid of just extra stuff that like I haven't used this in a few years, get rid of it, or do the thing where like if I haven't used it for a while, set it aside, and then if I don't think about it for a while, it's like well, I guess I don't need it. The fly effect, yeah, that was the Collinsport fly, all the way from Maine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hang a curtain so people don't see inside the shed. That will go in there and start doing stuff. Or like if you've got your like your boots that are just for working in the garden, leave those out or like leave them on the back porch or somewhere. Don't bring them inside. I've never been inside of a shed, I don't think. Because Lowe's will sell them like they've got them out there on display, and I really do like want to go in there and like just to see, but it's too much like a clubhouse for me. That I just start thinking of like you could turn this into a little room to it's like no, it's I just don't have well I don't have like a yard for equipment. Like I don't there's no need to like they mow out here and do like lawn care, so there's no reason to have like a lawn mower or a weed whacker or there's no bushes to like trim. They do all that stuff too, so that's it's unnecessary. Yeah, bring your boots inside because of snakes and spiders. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Is it what do you get to choose the color of the shed or is there like an oh Danny, oh that sucks. I had two raccoons in mine yesterday. Were they hanging out in there or were they like trying to get it on? Like, hey, this is not a hotel room. Waiting for turn down service. Oh, that sucks. And then like with my one cat, you there's nothing you could do. Just a loud sound. He was just ow. You couldn't explain it to him ahead of time. Like, hey, it's gonna be noisy. It's just nope. You're just gone, just hiding, just not dealing with it. Oh, that's what I was gonna ask. If you had since oh, oh sweet, yeah, a custom shed. So yes, it's white vinyl siding with black shutters like the house. Hell yeah, that sounds cool as hell. Shutters too. That is nifty. Oh my god. Dandy, they ate a bird. Feathers all over. Don't know what that was. Hey, I got a bird. Hey, let's eat it. Let's go to this place. Come on, just oh, oh, that sucks. Kara said she found a dead baby possum last week. Yeah, yeah, don't mention it around Frank. Because folks will say, they're like, hey, I'm going to send like this video or something of possums to Frank. Don't do that even as a joke because I like not kidding around at all. Like he might block you for that shit. Like that's just something like like people just have phobias about things they just cannot see. It just gets under their skin. Just like I've got stuff like that too. And that's just one of those things for him. So like just don't do that. Like I'm not saying he will block you. I'm not saying he's gonna I don't know how he's gonna take it. Like it might piss him right the fuck off. Like dude, that's fucked up. Or like he might just block you and you can never DM him again. So it's not funny. Don't do that to him. And then and it's so hard because I say that and then the other chat room I go to they've got a thing for possums and then I go onto Tumblr and Tumblr has a thing for possums and I don't know like suddenly they're every I what summon them up. Oh yikes! Lisa's saying that they don't have snakes where she lives up in Alaska. Um, She's saying my mother was from India, and I remember her saying that they would have to shake their shoes to make sure there were not snakes or scorpions in them. Yeah, there's like places where people travel to, and you have to like take your shoe and make sure there's not spiders in there and stuff in there when you put them back on. Like, no, I've got enough problems with my shoes and my feet. I'm not going through that. Possums are great animals. Don't they eat like they can? Oh, there was something just on Tumblr talking about how they can withstand. We have antidotes for snake bites because of possums, and they eat like ticks and do other good things. I mean, they also knock over your trash can and look like, big messed up cats, but yeah, they're not all bad. It's not like a skunk or something. Ugh. Yeah, it is. So don't possum Frank. That's not cool. That's that's like me with the someone recommended a movie to me. They didn't know this was a thing I have an issue with, but it had a corded yellow phone, like the back in the day, like phones had cords on them, big, you receiver, just not like that. Yeah, raccoons are the bastard. Yeah, I cannot see a yellow corded phone. I will freak right the fuck out, and that's what I did. So I missed about 20 minutes to a half an hour of that movie, freaking out. Couldn't tell you what happened. Cannot see that. That and 45 records. Cannot see them. Cannot. I just can't. That's possums for me. I just can't. I don't. Ugh. I've touched one before. It was fine. I'm fine with old things. I can't do it. Just no. Just ugh. It doesn't come up in this day and age. Those kinds of things do not come up. But it was just can't. And that's the thing. With the Independence Day, would you, since we know it's supposed to be the second, but it's the fourth now, would you change it back to the second, or would you leave it on the fourth? Um, I don't know what a princess phone is. Is that a pink phone? I don't do pink. I'm not a slut. Which do you guys prefer? July 2nd or the 4th? I would uh it kind of doesn't matter which one what you guys want, because is what I'll do is I'm gonna change Independence Day to July 2nd, mostly because I've already got a holiday on July 4th, but secondly because that's the original Independence Day. Carrot, yeah. They're not gonna like me then, because Independence Day is July 2nd. Yeah. I mean, you can celebrate both, because that's what I think what will happen. People will celebrate on both days, but officially I'm gonna move it back to the second. Ooh, this is saying they have porcupines there. They're like rabbits and have cycles of overpopulation. Ooh. There are lots this year. They freak you out, but they do taste good like pork. Oh, I never thought about eating porcupine before. Okay. Since it tastes like pork, can it be made into bacon? Oh, Jenna, that's all right. Have a happy fourth. Take it easy. A carrot, whatever makes for the longest weekend. Absolutely, yeah. Because I think that's what people will end up doing. People are just so used to the fourth that they'll celebrate it on the fourth anyway. But then if you tell them 2 days ahead of time, like, no, today's a holiday, they'll be like, oh, well, hell, I've already got the beer, I've already got the burgers, so that they can just make it like a 3 day, thing. So that's what's gonna happen, along with the back to program, and yeah. So July 2nd, yeah. And then again, I know folks will just be taking like 3 days and just like, hey, why don't we just turn it into a 3 day weekend? I mean, we could since I don't have a whole lot of July holidays. Yeah, that would be fun. Like for example, like we would have had a middle of the week off for Independence Day, just 3 days of people blowing stuff up. There we go. That'll be fun. So Chris, I don't like that too. And it'll be funny just to see a bunch of stuff like Happy 4th of July with like the four crossed out and like a two drawn. And people like, wait, July 42nd? July 24th? What? Wait, do we have? And then so people will be celebrating like multiple Independence Days. Yeah. And that's not like a not as a like that's not as a like a fuck you to England. That's more just an us celebrating our country. Because how far does this go? I'm cool with England. I've always liked English folks, actors, no English people. Yeah, so it's gonna be July 2nd. There we go. Great plan. Pulling this country back together, one holiday at a time. And then all the traditional foods still in play. Your burgers, hot dogs, your when you make the cake and then like you put the stripes and the stars on it like that. That's all good. Do the parades and the fireworks, of course. Gotta have the fire. Do fireworks, not this bullshit where people are flying like drones into the sky to make like lights and shows and stuff like that. No, fuck all that bullshit. Explosions with fireworks or get it the fuck out of the sky, period. If it's not stars and real clouds and the sun and the moon or fireworks, it can fuck off. No. And the only time that's acceptable, you don't even have to do this in real life. You can just do this with computers or like a still image where they will take, say, like an ancient structure in Rome, and then like they'll take like little points of light, so you can just connect the dots in your mind to like get like this idea of like the scale and the structure of it, the way it was originally built. You don't have to do that with flying a bunch of drones and who knows how much that costs to get that up in the air, and then you're just bothering people with more lights in the night sky. No, that's not cool. It's not it's funny, all this dumb stuff that people at my last job found so fascinating, like Tesla cars and like these stupid lights in the sky, or taking extra shots that you don't need. It's oh god, they were so brainwashed. Oh, and I just saw this was terrible. I was gonna mention this on Saturday. I forgot. I don't know if they do this in your town, but they like right around when all the kids graduate, high school, they take their I don't know what kind of pens these are. It's like a white, like different colored pens, so they can write on the outside windows of their car, like just graduated class of this year, hashtag something senior, hearts and whatever dumb shit they write on the back of their car. So I saw that like a week ago. And I already know school's out, so I'm like, you haven't washed that shit off of your car yet? Like how, white knuckling where you didn't think you were gonna graduate, you're still celebrating it? What? So I look over to read it. And the first thing I saw was like just married, stuff like that. So I'm thinking, oh cool, congratulations. I was thinking, let me honk my horn at over like, congratulations out the, say something out the window, celebrate. I was gonna do that, but then I kept reading and it said something like Venmo with something after it. So I'm like, whoa, 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 wait, whoa, wait. Just married, asking for money. just married, asking for handouts. Like, fuck your broke asses. If you're that fucking broke, you shouldn't even got together in the first place. You can't even afford the fucking marker you use to write on the back of your car with your little Venmo handle. How old are you, by the way? I'm like, no, just like, no, that marriage is doomed. I'm not honking. I'm not wasting my time. I'm not wasting any calories on this. I was happy for them until I saw that. Like, no, they're doomed. No. And Kara's right. Drone shows are lame. Fucking drones. It doesn't need. It's just. It's not even a. I don't know if, like, they might say drones are safer than using fireworks, but then people are not going to go out of their way to see something safe. They want the excitement of an explosion. Like, I'm not saying I go to a fireworks show to see somebody get hurt. I don't. I just want to have a good time. I want the fireworks show to go off without a hitch. I don't want to have to stop because some jack off was smoking a cigarette too close to the finale fireworks, something like that. I don't want anybody to get hurt. I just want to have a good time with the danger involved. So that means real fireworks, not somebody with their, controller like they're playing Xbox, flying stuff or some pre-programmed whatever. No, that's just too lazy. That's something like one guy can program on a computer, whereas fireworks should need a team of people to put on that kind of a show. That's why people go to fireworks. Drone shows are for drones. And that's the thing, they are called drones. Kara's asking, have you seen that thing online? The cop pulling over the driverless car. I haven't, but I believe it. Did he then shoot at the car too? That's the only thing. I don't want to think about this. I'll think about it in the year 24 live stream, but the week that I had to spend away from, quite frankly, in February, the only current event thing I remember going on, since I don't watch current events, was the Tumblr memes. And at the time, that was when the cop shot the uh how did it go? Like, there was a guy in the backseat of his own cop car, and then an acorn fell on it. So this guy, I watched the video. This guy dives out of the way, fires so many rounds in the back of his own vehicle, then like runs across the street and spends the next 5 minutes hiding behind cars. Like, I don't know. I just saw. I just body cam footage. It's, yeah, that's the only thing I remember. Twitter. Okay, he shot the Invisible Man. Oh, he killed him. That guy's just bleeding to death in his car, and he's just laying there. Nobody can see. Ugh, that's the real tragedy. Yeah, Twitter's everybody's too seems to be too serious on Twitter for me. It's not a place it's more for following folks and sending out messages every once in a while. Since I do, like, a Rich Barris, he was just on. Rich will tweet up a storm. That guy, he's basically a cartoon character. He has that much energy. I think he sleeps like 2 or 3 hours every night. But that guy is always tweeting stuff. I want to know his caffeine intake, or what uppers he does, because I'll take my 300 milligrams of caffeine, and then I'll take, well, like today I had a green tea, but that's because I knew I was going to have to be like awake for this. Twitter is full of Karens. It is. Yeah, Kara said it. Because we're like, like, there are people on there trying to have a good time, but then there's even more of that. People are just so like serious and political, and just, you're just not having fun, and just like just reading people the riot act. And then I don't like this. Apparently this is like the Twitter well, X. They officially changed their handle. I've got to update my links, even though they all still work. Is it premium? I don't like that because what it lets people do, I know it lets them edit tweets. But one thing it does that I can't stand is that it will let somebody make a post. It's a wall of text. It's a wall of text. I'm not reading a wall of text from anybody. And it's a tweet. It should not be 5,000 characters long. Nobody's got that time to. If you have that much to say, it should not be on Twitter. Link to a site. Put it. Just no. Just no. It it was enough to be clever with the smaller count, and then they doubled it, which was fine. And now people are just writing full on essays. You can't give people that much space in a tweet to type because if you give that much space to people that don't have anything to say, they're going to fill it up with nothing to say. Danny, it feels like a group in the corner of a bar here. It does. It does kind of like, hey guys, let's get that corner table. It's got the better lighting. It's got that seat that isn't taped in the middle, and you got to like sit to one side or the other, or the tape gets that. Yeah, let's sit in that seat. That's how it is. We need a bar or a restaurant or like some place to go to like that, and it's someplace dark. This is why I like we've got a place called it's a chain. It's the Longhorn Steakhouse. I like it because it's dark. They I don't know exactly why. I don't know if they oh, they have one bobby pin. um I haven't paid too much attention because whenever I'm in there it's like 11 a.m., which I don't usually eat that early, but that's fine. But it's dark, and then what they do is they'll have, each individual table has a light, and I just turn that bulb a little bit to turn it off because I can see just fine with the light they already have in there, and it's Nikki's Nuance Lounge. Yeah, thank you, Lisa. Like Cheers, but way better. Okay, yeah, let's see. We have a Cheers. I've never been in there. It's sitting right inside the mall, too. I know we're like, I don't know if it's a bar, I don't know if it's a restaurant. It seems like it's dark. I've never been in there. I don't want to go into a bar by myself. That's so weird. I'm socially awkward anyway, and I'm not the type to, unlike the chat room, I'm not the type to just strike up conversations with strangers since most people just don't seem nice. So it's easier to be friendlier to people in the chat room when all you have is an avatar and a screen name and the way somebody types versus like you don't know where somebody's coming from in real life. It's like, you ever seen Quite Frankly? They're gonna say no. It's like why the hell would you ask me that? It's like, never mind. And then I'm the type where I get the but like not looking to talk to anybody, but will attract creeps. So I don't want to be bothered, and then here comes somebody bothering me who I would like to not speak with, and then they will go away. And yeah, it's no. So that's not a good time for me. I would like to go in there sometime just to see, since there was like a show named Cheers. Dandy says I have the perfect place I can walk to. Creepy funhouse theme, coffins, skeletons, and chief happy hour. That sounds fun. There's got to be at least one person in there I could talk to. There's got to be at least one person in that place who has seen Dark Shadows. There's got to be. And as much as I talk about that show, I can't even look up stuff for it online because it's been out for so long. Literally, everybody's covered it from every single angle. I've got to sit here and think about the way I'm going to cover something that's been covered to death for the last 50 years. I will. Yeah, where is that place, Dandy? Is that up in Cleveland or is it more towards like Lakewood? Oh, it is just called Funhouse. Now that you mention it, I think I've heard of that. house. Uh, in Cleveland. Oh, okay, here we go. Funhouse Pub. Closes at 2 a.m. Oh, cool. Skeletons and it's gonna show me the pictures. Guess not. It's a pub located in Cleveland, Ohio. Actually, hold on. This is it says it's 1539 West 117th Street. Isn't that on the very edge? Isn't that right where Lakewood ends and Cleveland begins? Yep, Cleveland Lakewood border. Yep, that's the exact street too. Yeah, that's I lived in Lakewood for a hot minute. That's as close as I need to live to Cleveland. Lakewood did have it's a place called Nature's Bend. They did healthy stuff there. I don't know if it still exists. I don't know if it's hella expensive now, but since it's in Lakewood, I could go to that. I wouldn't go into Cleveland, but I can go to Lakewood. That's cool. We might have to check that out sometime, Dandy. That's nifty. It's not showing me these pictures. It's showing me a map. I don't know. I use Brave for my search engine. It's it's okay. It's not this. Oh, you live on 116. Okay, so you're actually in Lakewood then. Okay, that's cool. Oh, Lisa says I miss the Breakers Bar in my hometown. Even two certain dogs used to frequent the joint. They even had special bowls for a drink stop whilst doing their roaming. Those were the days. Aw, I love that. I like hearing about like there'll be like dogs that wait for at a certain train station every day, or they have their like usual like the dog has the routine down more than their owner does. That is so nifty. Yeah, the thing with Lakewood was we were helping some folks move up there and we didn't know the area. So what we ended up doing was driving up to like 117th Street just to come all the way back to the opposite edge of Lakewood. So we kind of just went around for no reason. And it's not they had this was this kind of blew my mind. Lakewood had a place, they might still do. It was a pizza place called Hungry Howie's. Pretty good. A little bit of an aftertaste, but I would eat there again. Anyway, I don't know how I would have heard a commercial because I don't listen to commercials. Probably back and forth with all this fucking glasses stuff. But I heard a commercial just within the last month for Hungry Howie's. So it makes me wonder if they're moving more towards my town, if they're moving west. Which, good for them if they're, staying in business, that sort of a thing. But Lakewood was an odd town because I don't think they had a college, but it felt like a college town. There was just a lot of like teenage, like late teens, early 20s, like kids with skateboards just around more than I've ever seen in my town or other towns, which isn't bad. It just happened. They weren't like delinquents, they're just hanging out. I just had never come across that before. I'm just okay, just younger folks just out and about with skateboards and whatnot. Fine. Yeah, Liquid is very liberal. Yeah, I believe it. And then they had, I was up there in 2005, so this, oh my God, it was that long ago. Oh my God. Um, yeah, I could still, that was before the tinnitus. I could still read, so I was reading, like The Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, watching, Star Wars. I mentioned that. And that's actually when I got into Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel. I didn't watch those when they were originally on TV. It was after both those series ended when I got into those. Yeah, please, or pardon me, Kara said the libs congregate in every metropolitan area. I just saw a good a meme talking about how the liberals like they hate where they live, so they move to a more conservative place and then complain about how the conservative place is not like the place that they just left, and then they ruin the place that they just moved to. Did I save that? Maybe not. I don't think I saved it. Maybe not. Oh, this one's great. I just heard a British person call Oreos chocolate sandwich biscuits. And I finally understand why the Revolutionary War had to happen. I love when that one comes around. Okay, stop looking at those pictures. That will be anything to talk about. Just a whole lot to think about. Yeah, Kara, they're truly destroying Texas, Idaho, and Florida. Yeah, and like I say, if I see California plates, I'm harassing that person. I will. Well, I don't turn my music down for anyone except for if somebody has an animal in their car, I will turn down my music. And then we have there's a local biker gang called the Outlaws. I they I don't want beef with a biker gang, so if they are, I don't say they're, I'm not saying that they are troublemakers, but if I see them around, if I see that on the on the coat, then I will turn down my music. But not for anybody else. Not for cops. If you have a baby on board car, then baby wants to listen to "Stupid Ho" by Nicki Minaj, or "Music Box" by Eminem. And I won't turn it down. I won't turn it up around cops. I won't turn it down around cops either. Oh, Danny. Oh, Kitty can't walk to the laptop. Hello. She said hi. It's like a Japanese hello, like Hichu. I don't know Japanese. Kitty cat. I would say a frankly cat, but we're not afraid. It is like the frankly time. So it's hard that's it. It's kind of weird because like we are all Franklies, but it's I um we're because like Frank has fans. I don't have fans. We're all fans of quite frankly. Lisa, I was wondering if you had a stroke, Danny. It's just like when you like lean on something, you're like, oh shit, yeah, it's my bad. Hello to the kitty cat. Patrick, Ohio. I have an aunt who lives in Akron. Been there since 58, 57. Yeah, Akron, Ohio. That is not, I haven't been in Akron. That is not far from me. That's, hour, half an hour. Uh, uh, Akron, Ohio. That's like over towards Cleveland, isn't it? Uh, Images. That's not gonna good. Map. I don't know how to find this. Just show me a map of Ohio. Here we go. Map of Ohio. God damn. I don't know what's in this city. Here we go. For this town. Show me that. Ohio. Here we go. Akron is not on this map. You know what? I got a better idea. I'll just open my Maps app. Okay. Akron, yeah, Akron's under Cleveland, so that's if Cleveland's an hour away, driving an hour, 90 minutes for me. Yeah, that sounds about right. How's this go? 100 kilometers, 60 miles, and 1 hour are all the same thing. It takes an hour to drive 60 miles, so it takes an hour to drive 100 kilometers. It's all the same distance. Cleveland's an hour away, so that's 60 miles. So Akron, yeah, like that sounds about right, like an hour and a half. That's not terrible. Yeah, it's not far. That's cool. Aw, kitty cat. Yeah, I'm glad when the like the pets like to watch the show. Like if you've got your like your bird on your shoulder or your cat or your dog, iguana, fish, keep a live chicken in the house if they like the show. This was cute. This only happened once. One of the viewers of the show, like, because you know Frank always has that same intermission music, that same song. So I guess what would happen at this viewer's house every time the intermission song came on, they had two little ones, and the song would play, so they would just just run around in circles, which like that's just what kids do. That they don't dance or anything. They're just happy. They're excited. So this person just filmed that and sent it to Frank, and he played it. So it's just like the two kids, just like little boys, they were just running around, like intermission songs playing. That was so cute. And I'm not even a big like like I'm the type that will like squee and go nuts for like a cat. Like I'll lose my mind. I will fangirl. I will just lose all of my shit for a cat. Babies and children are just people. But like animals I'll flip out over for. But like to see like just the kids running around. Like I remember being a little kid, you hear a song you like, you just want to run around, just get the energy out. So that was fun. I like that. And I'm glad that the cats sit through the show because I'll have cats that where they would start out watching the show and then like intermission or like half an hour through that they just leave and they don't come back. But some cats will like hang out for the whole show. Like they'll take their whole nap or they watch a little bit and sleep through some of it. And I don't know how much they get out of it. I never asked the cat after the fact what they thought about the show, but that's kind of fair since I don't remember too much after the fact. And I was gonna save this for tomorrow, but I can bring it up. It just happened yesterday that the first Wednesday of every month, Frank goes to Tenant Media. Matt Christensen has a show, and Frank will come on to. I guess he's technically co-host for about the first half an hour, and they'll like the last time, like a topic comes up, they'll go back and forth with it, and Frank's sipping his sparkling water or whatever was in that bottle. He's more chill when he's not the main focus, so he's a little bit more. He's not tense, but he's just more relaxed, kind of just chilling out, doing his thing. And it's fun because the chat room is like we've done it 3 times. I've never been over to that channel or that show outside of quite frankly. I'm not down talking it. I'm just saying I just have never been. But I like their chat room. They're very friendly people. They're very accommodating. Because first time we went over there, people just started throwing down their pants, smoking on the balcony, like it was quite frankly, and nobody said anything. Nobody stopped them. So it's like, okay, cool. And it was sort of like that the second time. People were just chill. It's never a strict kind of a place. And it seems like Matt Christensen's morning sickness has gone away, but he doesn't have a lava lamp. So it's like, hey, everybody, chip in $5. We'll get him a lava lamp for his birthday. And I don't know his birthday. I've only seen that guy a handful of times. I don't guess people that quickly. So I just didn't know. And so of course that's a perfect time to ask. And I did, and somebody's like, "Oh, well, he just had a birthday." So I was thinking, okay, like Taurus, Gemini, probably, maybe something like that. And then they're like, "Well, hold on, let me go find out." And then they went and found out, and then they came back with an answer for me. I was like, "Service, okay." So that was cool of them, very friendly. And unlike last time, I kind of fell out the last time, but this time I stayed for the whole. He was on for like he's not on long. It's like the whole show is maybe like an hour and 14 minutes. It's very. I remember I ended up being I ended up being in chat rooms for like 3 hours and 22 minutes. I mean, like, yeah, we had 15 minutes between Frank's show ending and Matt Christensen starting up, but a little bit like 3.5, 3 hours of chat room, let's say. So that was fun because we sort of kept the conversation going. And I don't know what that does for their numbers. I don't know if uh, when Frank's on, if that boosts the analytics and they get more like, comments during the show, or if they get more likes, that kind of a thing. Assuming it does. Um, tr- uh, Not to like puff up Frank and the Franklies bigger than what we are, but maybe we're doing something good to help out over there. But you always smash the like button if you're in a visiting uh show that Frank's on. It makes everything look good. If Frank goes on a show and then, the person sees the analytics come back where they get, extra likes, extra comments, extra like anything like that, it's going to make Frank look good and then make them more inclined to have Frank back on the show. So if you do watch him other places, always support whatever show you're watching, smash the like or the thumbs up or whatever they use to indicate you like the streams. And some places use odd systems for that. Um, I think one uses like pill, might use actual pills, something like that. What one of those sites? It's rather odd. Like Frank was on, I think he did Dark to Light or something with Tracy Beans, or he was on Rumble, and I think that was June 27th. That's the day that Rumble was fighting with me, and I had to crash it. But everything's sorted out now. Hopefully the fireworks don't go on too late and don't scare the pets too badly. But one thing, I'm glad this came up because, like I say, I only go to Matt Christensen's show just the once a month, and then he just happened to. I don't know if he's like this. I don't know. I just don't know the man that well, but he's sort of I don't know, like just kind of got into this mood, this setting where he's like, yeah, the only reason I'm doing this at all is like I'm thinking, oh cool, we're getting an origin story. I like this. Um, but he was saying that he had a steady job, steady stable job, and he knew it wasn't right for himself, so he stopped doing that, and then was doing YouTube kind of casually, then started doing that more seriously full time. And his mother, supported his decision at the time. And then because he started doing the YouTube thing full time, that's how he met his wife. And now he's married and he's got some kids. Uh, I don't know exactly his life story. I think he has more than one child. I don't know the man that well, but what I'm getting at is like, I'm glad he brought that up because if he would have brought that up any other night, I would never have known. And I do like to know people's origin stories. I would not have guessed that guy left a steady job to do YouTube. That's what I did. I had a steady job, something that could have been a air quotes career. And yeah, I don't know what it's like to have support, but I'm glad he had someone supporting him through his journey. That's great. I'm glad I got to hear that. If he had not said that night, like I don't know if he just talks that way in front of the Franklies. I don't know if he's that way all the time, but I'm glad I got to hear that about him. I just never would have known, and that's not something that I would have asked. That's not because people. I don't know if I explained before that there's a hierarchy there. There's people. There's Frank. There's like his family and people he knows in real life. And then you've got people who have been on the show who have had like their names in the title of the show. And then you've got the rest of us. So I'm not going to ask someone who has had their name in the title of a show, like, how did you start on YouTube? That kind of seems insulting, like, why are you here, sort of a questions. I would never lead with that. I would have to know somebody for very many years to ask somebody a question like that. So I am glad he just dropped that information on his own. That's good to hear. Not a lot of people, honestly, not a lot of people. Like, I couldn't even tell you a handful of people that tell you where they got their start or why they got their start. They're just sort of there one day and just do their thing, and they don't seem to be retrospective and think back on, like, wow, this is how I got my start. This is they seem to just forget about where they got their start and just want to plow ahead forward and not think back to like any of the struggle that got them to where they are. So I'm glad he did sort of bring that back around. And then with that in mind, since those people are so friendly, I really hope Frank does keep going on to Matt Christensen's show. Uh, Another reason for that is because Matt Christensen is going to need a nickname because we have Matt McCat, and he cannot just be Matt, because whenever like those what is it, the video where like they took Frank's face and they put like the Top Gun one and then the Silence of the Lambs ones. They're like, okay, this has Matt and Frank and some other people. Anytime they say Matt, we think our Matt, not another Matt. So Matt Christensen needs um another, he needs a name. And I was calling him Morning Sickness Matt. Don't know if that's gonna stick. um I mean, like, I could ride that out for about 9 months, but then after that, it's gonna be like a Bonnie Swanson thing, like either have the baby or don't. So I do hope Frank does keep going out to his show so I can get him a nickname and just get to know those people in the chat room more. It seems like it's always a different crowd. Oh, Kara, I have to dip out for a few for the fireworks in the backyard. I'll jump if you're still going. Yeah, yeah. Have a good evening. If we're not here, have a good one. There's always tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, I mean, I am planning on going live, of course. See, what's going on is this is all up in the air, but that Zoso dude is gonna be up in. Apparently, he's in my this state already, and he's going to be visiting local Frankly. Um, Depending on the time, like, I would like to go over to meet him, but if it's too close to airtime, then I couldn't. It's up in the air. I might not. Lisa, dang, I wish I had a sous chef to do dinner. Gotta hit the kitchen and start supper doings. Yeah, cheers. Yeah, cheers, Lisa. Have a great night. Enjoy the like cars flying off of the cliffs and for the 4th of July. That's a great way to do fireworks. Like, no fireworks. We've got some junker cars, we got some cliffs, and we've got our phones. I know what'll be fun. Stand back. That is so cool. And then this will be the oh, maybe it's tomorrow. It's supposed we're supposed to have a thunderstorm tomorrow, and then it'll cool down, so it won't be. It's not as bad as it was the previous times when it was 85. Do your TV stations celebrate Independence Day? Are they blasé about it? I'm not sure. I have not watched like TV since about 2019. I did just see a post where it was a lot of gifs of the way like stations used to, Happy Independence Day, 4th of July. You can't go anywhere on Tumblr right now with like all of the USA Independence Day, stuff going on, which is fine by me. It's because it's not the only thing going on, unlike April the 1st. No comedy at all. At least there's still jokes. A lot of people posting art. I don't know if it's one person. I don't know if it's people I follow. They're kind of new-ish. Every so often, things kind of get lame and political, so I gotta follow a whole new batch of people, and maybe these folks, they're all younger than me, so they're into art and stuff and are possibly gay. I don't know, I don't care. People have so many different specifications in their Tumblr like about section. I put nothing there, but some people put everything there. I don't care. And they got to tell you what they're interested in and their exact age and other mental illnesses, and it's never a fun read. Like the shorter your Tumblr explanation, the better. Nobody wants to read every single thing you do and do not. It's no, it's you're probably from Twitter if you've got that much. It's just you can tell when people are not from there. Um, well, I did watch the I'm a couple days behind, but Steve 1989 MRE Info dropped a couple of videos. I watched those today, and he's in Florida, so that's sort of patriotic. Uh, one of the MREs was Canadian, I think. Uh, yeah, something like that. But that's okay. And the other one was something from World War II era. Steve's good. I don't do a lot of food porn, but I will watch Steve. His hair was wild in his video. I don't know what was going on with his hair, but I thought I had flyaways. He's all right. Oh man, I'm glad you guys had the 4th of July to spend with me, and I hope Frank's out there having fun with his family. And I hope you guys had some good 4th of July food, like just something off of the grill, anything like that. Since this was a place that when we had first moved back here, we could have propane grills, and then they were like, no, you can't have propane grills, and that if you have a charcoal grill, it's probably going to get stolen or wrecked up, or a dog's going to come by and chew you up while you're out there cooking on it. So that's a no-go. The last 4th celebration I saw on TV was the Trump fireworks at Mount Rushmore. It was streamed. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're doing any live fireworks. I'm sure there is somewhere. Nothing beats. This is why I don't do Christmas decorations anymore. I might have explained this, but when I left New York, it was a clear night in October, so all I could see like the street lights and the cars and the buildings and just all those different layers and depths of lights while you're up in a plane cannot compete with any Christmas display you've ever seen. I don't care how big, how fancy it is. I'm not knocking Frank's dad, Anthony, about his displays, which are phenomenal. Like, as far as lights go, nothing's going to look better than flying over a town on a clear night. So Christmas lights have no effect on me. And I kind of think that's spoiled fireworks for me in a way, since I haven't seen fireworks since well, that was 2016, so I really haven't seen fireworks too much since then. So I think that might have ruined fireworks for me. But I'd rather see fireworks in a Christmas display any day. Yeah, hopefully there's no like drunk driving crazies out where you live or any extra. It's a holiday. People should just be having a good time. So I hate when you hear about like, oh, and then there was a car wrapped around a telephone pole or just some kind of random stupid accident. I mean, people gotta die of something, but it's like, ugh, just trying to have fun on a holiday. Come on, that's not fun. Then you're in the newspaper. Yeah, it's considered dirty to celebrate country's accomplishments now. Patrick's saying, yeah, that's how they act. People should, like toot their own horn and be proud of themselves. That they want to keep everybody down and suppressed and feeling low and bad about themselves. And no, we need to be more like Leos and talk ourselves up and puff ourselves up and throw our weight around. Very American. So Very American to sort of like, no, I'm gonna do my own thing. Screw what you guys are doing. Like screw having a no show on the 4th of July. Let's go live on the 4th of July anyway. So I'm glad you guys were with me for this. This was better than fireworks. This was more fun than having to like get in the car, drive to the fireworks, sit in the traffic, drive all the way home. You know, no air, no, uh, just everything's sticky and hot. So this was a lot more fun than fireworks. And the only thing that blew up was that fly. Can't wait to watch that back. All right, so yeah, let's do the exact same thing tomorrow. Well, we'll work out some topics, or if there's anything you do want to discuss tomorrow, you can always put it in the comments, any topic ideas, subjects. If there's anything I talked about tonight that you want me to talk about again, definitely bring that up in the comments section and we'll touch on it again. We'll have the time. Got tomorrow, got the regular Saturday show. Oh, hey, Mimsy. The lady that loves big cats. Uh, oh, there's Steve 1989 MRE info right now talking about Twinkies. Whoa, cool. 1998 through 2024, Twinkies Shelf Stable Cake Comparison Review, Historical Americana Snack Food Exploration. That's cool. All right, Steve. Is that Mary? Mary Ann? Um, oh, oh God, I'm so bad with names. Yeah, Capricorn. Wait. Uh, Suddenly I can't use my. Yeah, is that Mary Ann? Yeah, Patrick, thanks for hanging out with us. And yeah, I like no beef with England about the Independence Day thing. You know. Oh, good. Thank God, Marianne. Oh, yeah, Marianne. She's a frankly too. It's when I went over to Facebook, I was oh everybody was okay except that one. I was worried about one person, but that there she is. She's alive. She's okay. Everything's okay. It's all right. It's gonna be okay. Yeah, I'm glad you made it. Marianne. I go live from 7 to 9 p.m. through the week. If quite frankly is off the air, and Frank's off until Monday, so I'm gonna be live again tomorrow. And then Saturdays, I'm always live from 7 to 9 p.m. anyway. So it's 2 more days of live shows. If you wanna hang out, we'll be here. And it's really rat. Yeah, lots of leopards. Oh, like the big African cats. Yeah. Um, but it's really it's not exactly like quite frankly, since I don't know politics. It's just really like loose sort of a feel. So if there's anything you want to talk about, like topics, subjects, we can bring it up. It's just 2 hours, just loose sort of a form if you're available. If not, it's always I keep these up since I don't get to watch these live. I have to watch them after the fact myself. So these do stay up online to watch, so you can get caught up. I've been doing this for a minute now, and yeah, just on YouTube. If this year had not gone the way it had, everything would have been the way it was. But 2024 has kind of changed everything, so I'm on YouTube now. It's everything's looking up. Getting everything back on track, I guess, after this last couple months. So yeah, this was so much fun, and I'm glad everybody's having a good time, having great dinners and great Independence Day stuff. And again, we'll get the the holiday moved back to July 2nd, and then it will just turn into a 3-day holiday. That's what will happen. Well, it's great to see everybody. Smash the like button if you haven't already. You know you like the show. And we'll do the same thing tomorrow, just on a different day with different weather. Neighbors have the big fireworks going now. Oh, yeah, gotta see that. Oh, better the you than me. I like the quiet. Oh, it's wonderful to see everybody. I know I keep saying that. It's, otherwise we would not see each other again until Monday, and then we would just have to do all the catching up all at once. But this way we're staying in touch with each other. Oh, yeah, love all you Franklies. Oh, man, it's so hard to end these. We have a happy Independence Day, 4th of July, whatever you want to call it. And have a try to get some sleep after the fireworks end. And I'll see everybody tomorrow. But till next time.